Yeah, about to serve up a nice little Badman tune. Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Connor Whitmore here again with another video for you on the Nawtystep channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the new EP from Leotrix, released on NSD's black label, Gremlin. One of the most exciting up-and-coming talents in bass music, Leotrix, he is back with another collection for NSD. Follow-up to his Hive EP, an impressive debut on the label, and one that we can't forget only came out about half a year ago. Showcasing some of the most finely cut, detailed, punchy dubstep of last year, no doubt. All 8-bit and stuttered, it was cool and different. He's been building his profile more in the time since, collaborations with Moody Good, Tynan, Dirty Audio, and also his house experiment for Dim Mak, which helped to see his style in a new light. So I wondered what sides of him we'd get here, especially with there being 6 tunes, room for trying stuff out. But it's very much his stuttered 8-bit dubstep approach taking the reins again. Not in a bad way, it's another welcomed hit of it. More so than Hive, I think every drop sequence here has something great about it, but some definitely work more than others. My least favourite drops-wise, only just, would have to be the opener, Ode to Perth. Something about the sound doesn't feel fresh or shiny enough. It's his classic stuttered approach, tripping over itself, which I like. I enjoy the gradual layering of it, the consistency in format and delivery. And the second drop is a nice savage development initially, but I'm left feeling overall heaviness could have been brighter, more high definition. See, nice sounds on show, but imagine if they were just a higher pitch. A bit more pointed. One of those where I had to check it wasn't just my ears, but I'm pretty sure it isn't. But still, the positive aspects have a louder voice than the negative ones, if you get me. And from there, that becomes the case more and more. Gonna head to track 4, Chippy's Deeper with Lackey or Lakey. A more extreme example of sound being muffled, not that fresh on the whole. Really muddy and swampy here, distorted production, very to itself and contained. Not over the top at all, but I think that works for it. I love all the little flickers and wobbles of sound, very alive. Great variety on show as well. Unpredictable without doing too much. The second drop, even more stodgy, swampy, lost in itself, simultaneously has an amazing intricacy to it, folding in and out. Again, hardly fresh sonically at all, but still really well done. Following that, track 5, Flinch, also has a slight feeling of dragging a bit, but conversely, the definition of sound is spot on. A good example of not so special idea, but great sounds on show, and the overall force really carries it through. Hits the spot with the percussion. The way the second or double drop is drawn out, made more enduring, taking more time to pummel you. A very aware development. Ever so slight Moody Good feel to it. The track I'm perhaps most mixed about here, the positive again just about outweighing the drawbacks, is number 2, Neo Gangster. Quite simply, each drop section here is originally pretty ordinary and then explodes into life after a snappy vocal break, and that just keeps happening. Yeah, you hear that switch up? Some parts of the second drop are very thinned out, not beefed up at all. But like I said, the quicker stuff just about carries it through. And that's all before I've talked about the drop material I find to be the most effective on the EP, starting with the Hive Bounce VIP at the very end. Bottom line, here we have the VIP I didn't know I needed. Such a fantastically simple, yet well-executed switch-up from the original. The changes in note placement to give it even more of a clinky-clanky, mechanical feel are very expertly done for the most part. Oh, So fucking good. However, my favourite arrives near the middle with track 3, Sick Buddies, which is very bouncy, persistent, and it's spot on. Really nice colour to it, bubbly, glitchy, infectious, the more twisty, sinewy bits as well. It's hard not to bop to. It's got the freshness that the opener doesn't have, in my opinion. Also, the builds play a big part in these drops being so effective by using the sounds in the drops when leading up to them, which gets you hyped. So yeah, a lot of good on the drop front, but beyond that, not a lot to discuss here because Gremlin is very simple on a structural level. Definitely my biggest drawback with it overall, there isn't a midsection here that takes control or has a big say, meaning that every tune comes across as a bit short, so the EP doesn't really have a sense of body. 6 tunes under 18 minutes, I think, says it all. It's a trend that's running wild in bass music at the moment, and I hope it doesn't go on for too much longer. I much prefer fewer, more substantive tunes. Furthermore, intros and outros here, nothing particularly ambitious on that front, which is okay. They serve a purpose, do a job. That being said, whenever I'm reminded of the beautiful, time-stopping lead melody from Hive Bounce, really gets me going, so VIP intro and outro, thumbs up. It's already iconic, but could say the same for the vocal samples, which again are all just fine, well suited. Nothing incredible, especially compared to the Hive EP. And so overall, I think Gremlin is a tale of really enjoying what we get, but there not really being enough of it. We do get 6 tunes, of course, each of them with different drops, but I wouldn't say this collection has much sense of story or character. Again, especially in comparison to the Hive EP. I prefer not to compare, but I do think that stands as a more solid reflection of what he's about. Not to take away from the good we get here, I've waxed lyrical already, but a lot of the drop material here I find to be really on point. In every drop, I find the good stuff here to be more evident than the not so good. They all have something great about them and are pretty varied. A real detail and intricacy to his heaviness as well for the most part, which is lovely. The angling and dynamic of everything, very good. Respective to what approach he's going for in each drop, moreover, almost always has the right amount of punch to it, but I am left thinking about how straightforward it is structurally. Again, 6 tunes, 18 minutes here. Says it all for how it should have been built on more, which I think his style deserves, no doubt. We've seen before how engaging, characterful his music can be. I want to see more of that. It's a very neat together EP for sure. Gremlin, another good outlay of his design, and I look forward to going back to these tunes individually. But as a body of work, it isn't notably substantial. Going back to the full collection itself, again and again, isn't quite as exciting. Now, in terms of my favourite on the collection, it would have to be Sick Buddies, I think. One glitchy hit after another. Really, really enjoying this one. Pure Leotrix flavour, and it's getting me going, which is the biggest compliment I can pay it. And in terms of recommendations, if you enjoyed the EP, then I would look at HUK for more of that shiny, stuttered dub stuff, and ISO for a trap version of Leotrix. But there we have it, my thoughts on the new EP from Leotrix, released on NSD's Black Label, Gremlin. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. But what did you guys make of Gremlin? If you've heard it already, do you have a favourite tune from the 6? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to give it a big old thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell along the way so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video to the channel, and my social media accounts are linked in the description box down below. And lastly, if you want to check out some other EP reviews on the channel, I will link them right here. And lastly, if it's naughty, then you know guys, so be sure, as always, to keep it naughty and stay safe. And I shall see all of you legends in the next one. Leotrix Gremlin EP review, Bud Manchun. Peace out.